You're listening to the right episode. If you wanted a simple plan, a simple formula that makes loan officers millionaires, this is the episode you want to listen to. I'm Steve Kyles, your host of the Loan Officer Leadership Podcast. We're brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. And Carl White is with us today. And man, I'm excited. Not only do we have a great topic, a great conversation, but we're going to unpack this. You know, there's a true formula that will literally transform your life. And what we're seeing from thousands of loan officers across the country and years of helping coach loan officers to becoming millionaires, there's a simple formula that makes loan officers millionaires. And Carl, that's what we're going to talk about today, man. What's going on, brother?
Well, I'm sitting here in the studios in actually La Jolla, California today is where I'm broadcasting out. There's a mortgage group that's kind enough to invite me to their sales conference. So we're getting ready to go on stage. And I thought, one of the things I'm going to show them is this exact topic. And I have to tell you, this formula is so smart.
Yeah.
It's so dynamic. It's so proven. It's so brilliant that there ought to be a statue out in front of Steve Kyles and Carl White. After we finish this, after we give you this very simple little formula here, you're gonna petition for the U.S. Treasury to put us on the $100.
I love it.
It is. It's absolutely brilliant formula, and it's so easy that even the smartest people can do it. See, the problem with the smart people is they're too busy thinking of another way. They're too busy wondering what if. They're too busy coming up with another plan. Whereas if you take average people, my people, right, people like me, and just follow the formula, this simple little formula will change the trajectory of your business, period.
Hey, Carl, well, you're 100% right.
It sounds like I'm saying this tongue in cheek. I'm not.
You're not. No. Well, and not only that, it's proven. You're looking for a plan that is proven with proven results. Hey, I want you to do this. You've never done this on the history of this podcast. You've never told like one of the stories. I want you to tell our listeners about Bob. Because I think that's so appropriate for the formula, because you know what happens, Carl? We're all so smart as loan officers, and we think, okay, I don't want to do it just this way. I want to try to make it a little better, want to tweak it. What else could I do? Instead of just doing the right activity consistently over time with the right formula. Dude, it's so simple. We almost overcomplicate it. So tell us, you got a story about Bob. I want to hear about that.
Okay, and then we're going to come back to this formula because we don't want to forget this formula. That's
no. But this is why it's important, because when you hear the formula, 100%. Yeah.
All right. So what about Bob? All right. So, and this is a 100% true story, and I say it, I'm not poking fun at my brother Bob. I just want everybody to know that this is a great lesson, and I'm a huge fan of Bob. I get a call from Ralph Watkins. Ralph Watkins is the guy that got me in the mortgage business, right? I'm forever grateful. Changed my life and tens of thousands of loan officers across the nation, and yours, Steve. And we're not saying that lightly. That man changed my life.
100%.
So, like anything I can ever do for him, he already knows what the answer is. Yes, right. So, and we actually worked at different mortgage companies, right? He got me in the business, but he introduced me to a different branch manager himself. So he said, Carl, I don't have the time, but I got a good friend, Dave Hoyt, that I think you ought to go work with. So anyway, so I'm forever grateful for Ralph. I get a call from Ralph. I'm at my other mortgage company. Things are working out really well for me. I'm my own branch manager now. Top branch in 300, I think it was 363 branches. And the company is in number one. And because of the simple formula that we're going to tell you, I get a call from Ralph. I said, hey, Carl, I need a favor. Ralph, you already know what the answer is. Yes. What did I just say yes to? He said, I want you to hire somebody. And I said, all right. What's his name?
Sure.
His name's Bob. I go, okay, what's Bob going to do? He's going to be a loan officer. All right. Ralph, why don't you hire him? He says, because he doesn't have a chance. And I don't have the time. Okay. And why am I hiring him? Because I'm asking you a favor. And I'm calling you, man. I need a favor. All right. Well, what did Bob used to do? Or, what's he coming from? What's his story? He was a tree trimmer,
Mm.
got hit in the face one too many times with a tree, and he's done with it, right? It's a very dangerous job, right? I'm not
Yeah.
making, when I say hit in the face, I mean
Oh, sure.
hit in the face, right? It's a very dangerous job, right? Oh, gosh. All right, send him on down. Oh no, he's on his way, right? He left here 5 minutes ago. My office is about 15 minutes from Ralph. He'll be there in about 10 minutes. Because Ralph knew I was going to say yes, right? I'm a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Bob walks in, and I immediately know who Bob is as soon as he walks in. And I'm not making fun of my brother, but he tree trimming is very dangerous. He literally has some scars on his face. And again, I'm not making fun of him. He's missing a couple teeth. He looks like he had a hard life. Nice guy, but looked like he had a hard life.
Yeah.
Oh man, I need to get this guy off my hook just as fast as possible and let him understand he's not made for this. So I back then I was doing a strategy which is great. It's called the call captures, where you hang these talking house signs, 1-800
Yep.
number. You hear a recording about that house, and you go get the permission of and hang it on listing agents' houses. And when somebody calls that number, they hear the recording that was done in my voice. We then get texted this cell phone number just called this talking house sign.
Sure.
And we call them up. Hey, my name's Carl White, ABC Mortgage. I understand you're in front of house 123 Main Street. Are you guys looking to move? You guys looking for a mortgage, right? Real simple script. Anyway, so I said, all right, Bob, here's what we're going to do, man. Here's 50 signs.
Yeah.
I want you to go find 10 agents with 5 listings each, more or less, and go hang these 50 signs. And here's how it works. 1-800 number, people call. That's how it works. So I sent him out the door with that 50 signs. I think at the time they cost me $20 each.
Yeah.
So 20 times 50. All right, I'm just going to write that off as an expense. My way of paying back Ralph. Zero chance this guy is going to get 50 signs hung on realtor signs, right? They're going to, not going to happen. And he didn't seem like the sharpest tack. And again, I'm trying to be nice here, but it's important to understand that in this story. I'm not making fun of my brother, but I could tell he wasn't the brightest person. So, or so I thought at the time. So, I don't remember. 2 days later, Bob walks in my office. I said, "Oh, Bob." Wasn't expecting to see him.
You're like, he may be gone.
Yeah. I thought he was bringing my signs back or something, right? Which I didn't even think to do that. And he said, "I got them all hung. What do I do now?" I said, "Bob, wait a minute. Wait. You have to get their permission. You hung 50 of these signs on real estate, for sale signs." He goes, "Yeah, man." I said, "Bob, you have to get their permission. You can't just go hang these things." He said, "I did." I said, "Wait, you got 5 agents with or 10 agents with 5 each?"
Wow.
But yeah, something like that, right? It was like 8 with this many, 7 or whatever,
Yeah.
I said, "Well, crap, Bob, let's go look on the computer and see if you got any leads." Because I didn't have the notification. I had it all set up, but I didn't have the notification on yet.
You didn't even think he'd do it.
I didn't think he'd do it. And before when we hung a blank sign, it was just a generic message. Hey, this information of this house is going to be released, tomorrow.
Yeah.
And as soon as we get it, we'll call you with the information about the home. Some just like a blank statement, right? So anyway, I said, "Well, let's go look on the computer, buddy." And I looked on the computer. "Bob, you got some leads here, buddy." I don't know who was more surprised, me or him. He said, "Well, what do I do now?"
What do I do? What do I do?
And it was like, "Well, dude, let's call him."
Yeah.
Well, what do I say? And I gave him the script.
Wow.
Bob, he called house on 123 Main Street. And, we didn't have the information up yet, but are you guys looking to move? I said, as soon as you get somebody to take an app, you can't take an app because he's not licensed, right?
Sure.
He in my office 3 days ago, right? He's not, and I said, if you get somebody who wants to take an app, I'll be in my office over here. Just yell out to me and I'll take the app. And I'm thinking again to myself, no way this guy's going to convert these calls to apps, right? Because it takes skill that I've had for years at this point now. And it takes a true master, right? And Bob ain't it. He's kind of slow. So I thought, and just okay. So whatever. Good for him for trying, but this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
I'm in my office doing my thing. Bob's out there on the phone. I hear him, and he's about 10 minutes into it. And I hear him yell out, "Got one." I said, "Well, wait,
What you got?"
"Got what?" He said, "I got a guy want to take an app."
Wow.
No freaking way. Bob, well, shoot, forward it over here, Bob. So I'm sitting there taking the app on the guy. Sure as a world, it was a true bona fide app. I'm sitting there taking the app. I'm about halfway through it, and I hear Bob in the other room, got another one.
You're like, what?
I said, Bob, dear God, man, slow down. I'm just one guy here, right? I mean, it's like, holy cow.
Wow.
Bob being one of my best loan officers, income earning of all time. And worked with
Wow.
me for a couple of years, and then and it came up to me, hey, Carl, I think I want to go do my own gig. Hey, good for you, Bob. I always, anytime somebody can benefit themselves, hell, I want them to, right?
Mhm.
Just an amazing story, an
Yeah.
amazing story. And so oh, by the way, let me tell one more part of the story. By the way, I was at a restaurant so this Bob thing was probably 12 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And maybe 13, 14 years ago. Anyway, right before the pandemic hit, I'm in a restaurant in my local town where
Yeah.
Bob, I hadn't seen Bob since, right? For 12 years, 10 years, I hadn't seen him. I'm in a restaurant with my wife, the lovely Mrs. White, and I hear Bob's voice. I know that voice anywhere because I heard him for, 2, 3 years,
Yeah.
pounding phones, getting rich, right? And I heard his voice, went, Maria, that's Bob.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I look around, I don't see him. And then I heard the voice again, but it was coming from a face I didn't recognize.
Wow.
Bob looked like $1 million.
Mm.
Bob, he had surgery, it looked like, and the scars were gone. He
Yeah.
had all his teeth. He's
Yeah.
better than I was. I mean, dude was he looked like a soap opera doctor.
Wow.
He walked over and said, Bob, he said, Carl, how are you? And we just had a delightful time catching up. And I went after Bob. So going back to when Bob first started working with me, I was trying to figure out, why is Bob so successful
Mm.
when he looks a little bit, not his fault, right? But looks a little rough, missing teeth when he goes talk to realtors,
Yeah.
right? Ended up getting them fixed. He had a nicest set of pearly whites you'd ever want to see when I saw him this last time. So, and he wasn't the sharpest What was it about Bob that worked? And it came to me, he just followed the plan.
Mm.
So I thought anyway, it was probably more disciplined than what I thought, but I thought he wasn't smart enough to come up with another way. He's just going to follow the plan. He's
Mm.
just going to follow the script.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not able to think of another way. He's not able to think, yeah, but what if and what if and what if and what if this and what if that, and should I do this first, and I'm not ready, and wait till I'm confident, let me read 15 books on call reluctance, and let me go to all these conferences trying to find a better way, and let me do social media where they're, instead of me begging them, they're begging me, all this crap that we hear.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He just followed the plan, and Bob made $1 million. And I don't mean figuratively, I mean literally. Bob made $1 million.
Wow.
And so we have a saying in my shop: don't be clever, be Bob, just follow the plan. I love that, man. And I hope, as somebody hears this, I hope they don't think I'm poking fun or being disrespectful, because I'm not. I'm being the ultimate respect. I absolutely love that man, the lesson that he taught me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now it's not that he wasn't bright enough. I think he was disciplined enough.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw Carl making $1 million. Gee,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll copy Carl. Maybe I'll actually, and I'm not saying this as braggart on my way.
No, but that's it. Yeah. Just follow somebody who's already got the results you want.
If Tom Brady showed me how to throw a football, I don't know. I think I'll try his grip first with another grip,
Yeah.
just do that. So that's the Bob story, which leads us to
the simple formula that makes loan officers millionaires.
Yeah. You want me to break the news, or do you want to break the news?
No, I want you to, man. Well, I'll tell you this, that this is transformative to a loan officer who will not be clever, but just be Bob.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right. Here's the formula. And some of you have heard me say this before, and we might've said it also on podcast, but we wanted to showcase it here because it's so brilliant,
so important,
so statue worthy, right? So $100 bill worthy of putting our face on there. And here it is. Write this down. And if you're in a car, pull over. I'm serious. Soon as safely possible, pull over and write this down. Here's the formula: offers minus no's equals money. So the amount of offers that you make minus no's that you're going to get equals money. Now, the first thing that people do, and I did this too early in my career: how do I eliminate the no's? Hey, Steve, I would say 80% of the calls that you and I get, hey, somebody said no, what do I do? Somebody said no. What do I do? Somebody said no. What do I do? Screw that.
Make more calls, make more offers.
Don't worry about the no. The no's are going to happen.
Yeah.
And I hear people say, hey, embrace and celebrate the no's. Hey, I'm not going to celebrate a no. I'm just telling you, it's not in me.
Yeah.
I understand that premise. I'm not into that. I'm not going to celebrate the no's. I'm just going to make another call. I'm going to make another offer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to absolutely 100% guarantee to eliminate all no's,
don't make offers.
Yeah.
Hey, well, and I think it's important for people to hear this and understand the percentage of no's that you get for every 100 calls you get, you make. Your percentage.
My percentage is 16%.
Yeah, 84% of the people we talk to, and mine is very close to that as well, literally say no. We have made a fortune.
You know what's funny? That 16% rears its head in other areas. It's funny. Yeah. That 16% is kind of like in mathematics, the formula pi.
Yeah.
3.14, that formula. It shows up in all these formulas in mathematics. And to my knowledge, and maybe they do know why, to my knowledge, they don't know why, but that number is just magical and it keeps popping up.
Yeah.
16%. By the way, guess what percentage of real estate agents that I meet with end up referring to me?
What percentage?
16%.
It
just keeps popping his head up.
Yeah. Well, and you and I hear this all the time. They say, well, man, I talked to this agent and they say, hey, I'm getting called by a ton of different lenders and stop calling. And then you ask them, well, how many have you called? Well, I called 5. It's just not enough.
Yeah. And one said that. And one said that.
Yeah. One of them said it.
One of the 5. What'd the other 4 say?
Well, they didn't call enough. They didn't meet with enough. They didn't ask enough. There wasn't enough offers.
Yeah. You want more money? Don't increase. If you want to make more money, your no's are going to increase.
Yes.
If you want to make more money, your no's are going to increase. You'll have more no's. You come work with me and Steve, and I don't mean at our mortgage company, but like in our training, you want to get trained by us.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee your no's are going to go up 100%.
Yes.
Guarantee.
Hey, well, Carl, I'm scared of rejection.
Your offers are going to go up.
Yeah.
And when your offers goes up, your no's goes up, your money goes up. If your no's go down, your offers goes down, your money goes down. And it's not that we don't work on rebuttals. Of course we do. And Steve, you're the best scripting person I personally know of. Of course we work on script for the no's. That's just not the focus. The focus, if you want to make more money, make more offers. So Steve, let's just, in the brief time we got here left, let's talk about, like, when people say, what do you mean more offers? What do we mean by more offers?
Yeah, it's the way you say goodbye every conversation. So when you're talking to agent partners that you don't have a relationship with and you're asking and making an offer to, hey, I've heard you're awesome. I'd love to treat you to a cup of coffee to hear what it is you're doing to have such great success in the market. That's an offer. When you're meeting with an agent, you ask them, who do you have today that I could help get pre-approved to ensure it's a great use of your time? That's an offer. When I talk to a client, every time I say goodbye, hey, listen, can I count on you when you have a friend, family member, coworker looking to buy, sell, or refinance, that you'd give us their information so that we could help another great family just like you. Every time we're talking to, whether it's insurance, title, realtors, clients, even when you're prospecting for additional loan officers to join your branch, you're wanting to say goodbye by making an offer, an invitation to either do business together or to join forces together. And I think it's critical. You know, it doesn't do any good to have appointments or to talk to people and not close for commitment, ask for the business, or make an offer. And I think that is what we're saying is, if you will create intentional conversations, designed conversations with simple ways to make an offer every time, you will simply make more money.
And you know what? That old crap about begging for business and chasing for business.
I love this. Yeah.
All made by people that are lousy salespeople or trying to put a buck, they're trying to benefit their gain from your loss. It's a horrible, horrible message that for me, it's an insult not to ask for the business. In other words, they're going to think that you don't want to work with them. I'll tell you, and we might edit this part out, right? But I remember back before I met the lovely Mrs. White, I took, I don't know, I was probably 21 years old, 22 years old, something like that. And I took this real pretty little lady, about my age, give or take, out on a date. It was my first date with her. And man, I was infatuated with her. I mean, she was just, cute as a button and just a real nice girl. not as cute as the lovely Mrs. White, not as nice as the lovely Mrs. White, but a really, really, really sweet girl, and I really, really had a liking for her. And I took her on the date, and and I was very much a gentleman, and walked her to her door, and said goodbye to her, because I didn't want to be pushy, I didn't want to scare her off, and went home. Right. So not even a peck on the cheek. Right. I was just being the perfect gentleman. Right. And I was extremely nervous on the whole date. So about 2 days later, a buddy of mine said he was talking with her and said she was real disappointed. And he said, "How come?" He said, "Carl didn't like me." He said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "Well, he didn't even give me a good night kiss, so he must not have liked me."
Wow.
And I thought about that, and now I'm going to switch that back to business, right? That if you want business from somebody, like I wanted a little smooch on my cheek, from this pretty little girl, and come to find out she did with me, but because I didn't want to beg for the business per se, or seem too pushy or too salesy, I want to come across as super cool. I blew a good opportunity. Thank God I did, right? So again, we might edit this out. This might be a horrible story to tell, but you get the idea.
Come on. Yeah.
That if you meet with an agent and you don't ask for referrals, if you meet with your borrowers and don't ask which of their friends, understand, people don't give you referrals because of you. They give you referrals because it makes them feel important, that they're going to hook you up.
So good. Yeah.
And so you have got to ask for the business every single time. You make more offers, you'll get more no's, and you'll make more money. You make offers by doing updates on Tuesday. You make offers by calling your past database. I can't tell you how many times I get in front. I'm going to do it today.
Yeah.
When I do this conference here today, I'm going to ask them to stand up. Who in here has called their past database in the last 12 months? If you haven't, sit down. I think there's going to be a room of like 400 people here, 400 people. My suspicion is I'm going to have 5 people left standing. And that's not a picking on this group. That's what we normally see. They're simply not getting offers to their past database. Our experience is we get 1 to 2 loans each and every month per 100. So if I've got 300 people on my past database, I'm expecting a minimum of 3 loans, and maybe as many as 6 each and every month, simply because we call them 4 times a year and ask for the business. We make more offers. Make more offers, you'll get more no's, you'll make more money. Don't wait till you're ready. Don't wait for you're confident. Don't wait until you got the script down perfect. Don't wait until you get the courage. As soon as you finish listening to this podcast right now, on your very next phone call, at the end of that conversation, ask for referrals, ask for business. You'll get more no's, you'll get more closings, period.
I love it. Well, and if you're listening today and you say, wow, this is really impactful, I will make the calls, but can someone help me with the script? Can someone help me with setting up a daily success plan? What do I do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? I'd love to have a conversation. Yeah, to make more offers. Then go to freedomplanningcall.com. Man, we've got a phenomenal team. Myself and our team, we'd love to invest 45 minutes to give you the tools to make this year your best year ever, and get even more intentional with making more offers, being more comfortable with the no's, so that you can make more money and have a year and a life of freedom. So go to freedomplanningcall.com. We'd love to help you. freedomplanningcall.com. Hey, Carl, wow, what a great episode.
The people.
This is from an eight-figure income earner. Like this is a big deal. Like, this is a big deal.
Brother, this was a game.
This is transformative.
This is not coming from somebody that makes $50,000 a year.
No.
So it is. I bring in literally 8 figures a year, and it's 100% make more offers, get more. I guarantee I make more. I get more. So I'm getting ready to speak in this room today. Probably, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm probably the highest earner in the room.
Yep.
If I am, which maybe I'm not, maybe I am, but I probably am. If I am, I also hold another record probably in this room. I make more offers, or my team makes more offers than anybody else or any other team that's in the room. And this is
and you get more no's than anybody else. 84% of every conversation's a no, 16% are yeses, and have made a fortune doing it.
And it's just a matter of doing it. But I have to tell you, you have to make sure you're making the offer to the right people.
That's good.
That's what we're going to help you out on that freedomplanningcall.com is, how do you talk to the right people? What do you say to them? Because of course we're looking to get more yeses, increase our yes ratio, and decrease our no ratio. But we're not going to eliminate it. If you're looking to eliminate it, hey,
that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. But if you want to know who to talk to, what do you say? and how do we make these more offers, and how do we work toward, a 7-figure income? We'd love to map it out for you. And it's at no charge whatsoever. Why do we do that? Because we're cool like that. That's how
Yeah.
we do it.
Hey, freedomplanningcall.com. And also, if you're listening to the podcast and you know 2 loan officers that need to hear this today, we're asking you to share it with 2 loan officers. So pull over, stop what you're doing, share it with 2 loan officers you know today need to hear this message, a simple formula that makes loan officers millionaires. Wherever you consume content, go ahead and share. Go ahead and subscribe, and then we'd love for you to give us a review. Tell us how this podcast is impacting your life. Thank you for being on the journey with Carl and I, the Mortgage Marketing Animals. We're honored to do this with you. And remember this, anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Just get started. See ya.